Alright, hello world, it's Coach Robin.
And I'm Coach Lexi.
So today we're doing our parent involvement class. As y'all have been tuning in, we've done our Rec 1 so far, we've done our preschool. Today we're taking it down a notch to our parent involvement. So that's, you know, our little babies helped with their parents, hence the parent involvement. Okay, so Coach Lexi is going to be helping me out today. She'll be kind of taking over the warm-up and helping me demonstrate, just kind of my helper here. So she's going to go ahead and get y'all started. Before we start though, we wanted to tell you a couple things that you'll need for this lesson that we've prepared. We want you to grab a towel or a blanket, or a small blanket, preferably a towel, that's what we'll be using, just so that you have some kind of soft cushion for your little bit's hands. Some kind of basket, could be a laundry basket, a hamper, a basket, Easter basket, whatever you've got laying around. And like 5 to 10 stuffed animals or socks or little t-shirts, whatever you've got that you can use to manipulate, carry around different places. So, oh, and if you have a ball of some kind, a tennis ball, baseball, softball, or, you know, a pair of socks rolled into a ball, that works too. Just some kind of ball that you can use. We're going to be playing with those a little bit too. So, do we have at least 3? I always wait for at least 3. Perfect. Miss Lexi, take it away.
Alright, we're going to start with warm-up. So what we're going to do first is we're going to run in place. Alright, and then we're going to stand nice and tall. We're going to go down to a squat, and we're going to jump up. Frog jumps.
Parents, feel free to do this with your little ones, but mostly encourage them to be moving as much as they can, getting their muscles warmed up and ready to move around.
Alright, now we're going to go to our belly, and I like to call this seal stretch. We're going to practice straight arms, go up to seal, and bent arms. And straight arms, I can see y'all. Y'all better be doing good. Bent arms, straight arms. Bent arms, straight arms. Now you're going to look up at the sky and hold it, maybe for about 5 seconds. Alright, now what we're going to do is stand up and do helicopter arms. Helicopter. And now we're going to do tabletop. We're going to sit down, put our hands behind us, feet facing forward. And I'm going to go this way. We're going to do tabletop. Make sure your belly is facing toward the ceiling. And we're going to lift up one foot in the air. We're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to lift up the other foot and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to wave and say hi. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And wave the other hand. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come down. Okay. Now we're going to do Superman hold. So we're going to lay in our belly with our arms straight up and our feet glued together. We're going to go up to Superman and hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come down, relax, shake it out, and go back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back down, shake it out. And back up to Superman again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Is that it?
Is there anything else you usually do with the little ones?
Yeah.
Do whatever it is that you normally do with them.
And that's it for warm up.
Good. All right. So, just as we have been throughout the week, we're going to go ahead and get started on our rotations. So, as Thursday and Friday went, we're going to start with beam. We're going to head over this way. This is where we're going to start using the ball that I mentioned. So go ahead and find something you can use for that. Again, if you've got like a little plastic ball you can use, or socks, or anything really. I already got them. Okay. So the first thing that we're gonna do is put my hair up because it's really hot and we don't do gymnastics with our hair down. Okay, now what we're gonna do, so for a beam, obviously we understand a lot of y'all probably don't have an actual beam at home. If you do, awesome, I'm so jealous. If not, totally okay, most people don't. So you can use, just like a line on the floor, put some duct tape down. If you have tile, you can use the lines from that, or wood planks of wood if you've got wood floors, anything really. If you don't have any of that, you can like lay down socks and try to have the kids walk on the socks. That way they're still flat, but still like trying to see themselves in a straight line. So whatever you're using, even if it's just the regular floor, you don't want to have a clear line of any kind, that's totally fine, no worries. The first thing you're going to do is just walk. So I don't know why I grabbed my balls, because we're not going to use them yet. So, well actually you could. So here's what you can do. You can either grab your ball and walk with it or without it, entirely up to you. I'm going to use it because I think it gives me something fun to do with my hands and keeps the little ones engaged in something other than just walking, because, we walk every day. So you're going to grab the ball, put it right in front of your chest or your face. Let's do chest because then you can't see where you're going. And then you're just going to try to walk in a straight line. If you are doing it in this way that I am, they can try to put their elbow next to the wall, but not touching it. That way they know that they're going in a straight line without the visual to help them on the floor. So elbows way out to the side, maybe touching the wall, maybe not, and just walking flat foot in a straight line down the floor. And you're going to turn around. Oh my God! I'm just kidding, I knew you were there. And we're going to turn around and walk all the way back again, elbows out to the side. Awesome. Good job, dinosaur. Coach Rex, right? Yeah. All right. High five. You're in quarantine thing, so it's okay. Okay. Next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna turn to the side, and we're gonna try to walk sideways. Once again, just holding that ball right in front of you. You can try lifting it up over your head. And once you're at the end of whatever space you've set aside for this, you're gonna go back the other way, side stepping with the other foot in front, or leading. Awesome, all right. Now for the tough one, backwards. So this time you don't have any eyes on where you're going. So parents, I encourage you to walk in front of your child, help make sure they're not going to trip over anything, or they're not going super sideways or anything like that. This time we're going to just put our hands out in front. Again, if the ball is making you like unbalanced, just set it down, put your hands on your hips, out to the side, wherever your little one needs to be able to balance. Okay? We're just walking backwards. And again, once you get to the end, turn it around, going all the way back. Coach Rex is doing great. I'm sure you guys are too. All right. Next one we're going to do, we're going to take it away from walking. Put those little feet together and you're going to hop like a bunny. Again, if you've got a line, that's awesome. Make sure that both of their feet are staying within the line that you created or that you already have perhaps. And again, I want them to either hold the ball or not, whatever helps them balance the most. I like having something to do with my hands so I don't get all jittery, so hold it. They can try to bounce continuously or do it little individual hops, whichever is easiest for them. I'm figuring they'll most likely do this, so it's what we'll be doing. Alright, and for this one we are going to go backwards, and since they're so little, I would suggest holding their hands to go backwards so they don't fall. A lot of times they'll trip over their own feet. So try to hold their hands on this one, make sure that they're not going to fall over, hit their heads. Obviously, they're not on the soft floor, so it might hurt a little bit. You know what? I'll demonstrate that. There you go. Good job. Keep on going. Almost there. All right. Good job. Okay. Next, you're going to take it sideways. So once again, you can hold their hands if they struggle with this a little bit, but if they're okay with it, absolutely let them do it by themselves. If they're not so keen on jumping, they can always just side step, but we are going to try to take it into a jump. And like I said with the wall, they can, if you don't want to hold their hands, they can put their hands on the wall, use that to kind of help them balance as they jump sideways. I'm pretending there's a wall here. My imaginary wall. And back the other way. Using that wall, my imaginary wall, to help me balance. Making my way sideways. Awesome. Alright. The next thing that we're going to do, is our bear walks. So I'm sure that your little ones love to do this around the house because it's just like crawling, but a little bit harder. So instead of on their hands and knees, like they're probably used to, just encourage them to lift their knees up, push their bottom up in the air, and walking on their hands and feet. Again, if you have a line, encourage them to keep their hands on the line. If not, separate more time. Either way, just fine. Rotation. Next thing we're gonna do, this is where your stuffed animals make their first appearance. Your socks, your t-shirts, whatever you have laying around, something small, movable. You're just gonna lay them out a couple steps away from each other, and we're gonna step over them, trying to lift your knee up as high as you can. So as you're walking down your line or floor, wherever you're at, just encourage your kiddos to lift their knee up high and take a big step on every single one, even if there's no animal to step over. And going back, the same thing, or you can try to have them go sideways, stepping over it. If you're going to go sideways, try to switch about halfway through so you're leading with both feet. Good job. Okay, for the very last one, if you already have your animals set out, we can make this even more fun by zigzagging through them with your ball. If that's a little too complicated, or if you already moved your animals, then you can just try to go in a straight line. There's two different ways you can do this. Like I said, if you have your animals still out, then we're going to try to roll it and go around the animals. If you don't want to do that, or if you already put them away, then go up next to a wall so that you know you're going in a nice straight line, and just have your child try to roll the ball right next to the wall, but not touching it. That way they can know it's going in a straight line, but it's not, it's not too hard or demanding. Looks like Coach Rex is going the hard way, zigzagging. Oh my goodness, here it goes. Fantastic. Okay. And that is all we have for beam. So go ahead and collect your animals. We're going to be taking them with us to floor. And take your ball as well.
Never mind. It went away. Never mind.
Okay. All right. To floor.
What?
Dropping on my animals. Okay. Alright, Lexi, I'm going to take over to this a little bit. Show them what you had in mind for your towel.
Okay, so first what we're going to do with the towel is you're going to try to fold it into a square. So I want you and your child to each grab one end.
We are going to be using this for various things throughout the lesson, or for floor at least. So if you don't already have a towel or a small blanket, go ahead and go grab one. We'll stand here showing you my awesome tiger towel while we wait. Give you a couple seconds. Wave it like a flag. This is the nation of tiger.
Are these too loud?
Nah, I've had them on.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, hopefully we'll have a towel by now. I did say it again at the beginning, so hopefully you got it then. If not, that was your chance. We're going to go ahead and get started. So what are we doing? So we're going to fold it into a square. Start, just put it in half. It's easier to do it on the floor, especially with a 1 or 2 year old. So down on the floor, you're just going to fold it in half. And then that's more or less a square. So if you have a really big towel, it might need to go a couple more times. If you've got a standard size bath towel, 1 is probably enough. Although that might be a really big square for a toddler. So make it, however big you need it to be. If you want it just a little shorter, you know how to fold a towel. So make it however big or small that you need it for your little ones. And then so we're going to take it over next to the wall. And hopefully your child has done this before in class. If not, that's okay. It's not too terribly difficult. Keep in mind that we have this carpet padding up on our walls here. If you don't have something like that, then definitely, either way you should be helping your child, but definitely make sure that they're not slamming their feet up on the wall or like hitting up against it or anything like that. We're not doing any kicking on this one, so it should be okay, but just in case, you definitely want to keep a close eye on them. So what we're going to do is put your hands down on the floor, and you're going to walk your feet up the wall. So with your little ones, you want to hold them on their hips, or maybe even holding their entire body. Obviously, she can hold herself up, so I don't really need to, but your little ones might struggle with that a little bit, so definitely be there to support whatever they need. You can hold their shoulders, or their hips, wherever they need the most support, okay? And we're just going to try to count to, 5? We're going to count to 5 3 times, not all at once. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as they come down again, you're holding those hips, making sure they're not going to fall down on their head. Happy dance. Let them shake out the arms. Get loose, get silly, go crazy. And we're going to try it one more time. So again, you put your hands down on the floor, hold on to their hips, and help them up to the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on down. Nice, pretty finish. Happy dance. Get your jiggles out. And let's try it one last time. Challenge your child to try to hold it as long as they can. A lot of them can hold it longer than 5 seconds. So maybe they can reach 10, 15. Who knows? Oh. Excellent. And once they've held it as long as they can, come on down, give it a happy dance. And then we're going to move your towel away from the wall to an open part of the floor where whatever you have room. And we're going to do lunge hops is what I call them. Other coaches might call them something different. Pretty much you just put one foot on the square and one foot behind you off of it. And all they need to do is hop, put the other foot in front on the square, and they're going to try to hold it for the first couple ones. So every time you switch, count to, let's say, 3. So switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, and last one, switch. 1, 2, 3. And now let's have them just go jumping back and forth without holding it, trying to get that scissor motion going. Keep going. Awesome. Let those little ones burn up their energy, see how fast they can go. I know they love to show off how fast they can be, so maybe race them, see how fast they can go. I don't know. And the next thing you're going to do, we're going to kind of keep that lunge position going, but this time you're going to put your hands down in front or on the square, depending on how big or small your square is. We've got a pretty big square here, so she's going to put her hands in front of it. Obviously your little ones are like this tall, so if your square is as big as ours, it's not going to work that way. So just make sure that wherever it is, they're not reaching too far away from themselves, and they're also not like right next to their feet. It wants to be a nice nice natural bit apart from each other. So again, you're keeping one foot in front, one foot behind, your hands go down. You're just gonna try to kick your foot up off the ground as high as they can. Try to encourage them to do this one themselves so that they're building the arm muscles to be able to hold themselves up. But if they do need a little support to make sure that they're not gonna fall on their heads, especially since you're at home and you might be on tile or wood floors, not a good idea to fall on your head. So help them as needed, but definitely encourage them to do most of it themselves. They're kicking up as high as they can. Let's do 3 more. Last one. Excellent. And this time, we're going to kind of keep it the same, but switch it up a little bit. So instead of that lunge open position, you're going to put your feet together. And kind of like the bunny hops we were doing on beam, you're going to put your hands back down though. So it's kind of like the bear walks and bunny hops combined. You're just going to jump on both feet, try to pull them as high into the air as you can, keeping them nice and together. Try not to go all the way though. There we go. That's probably more what it'll look like, and that's absolutely fine. Excellent. Let your little ones try that a couple times by themselves. Again, if their arms can hold their weight. If not, obviously you want to hold them as much as you need to. Try to do it like 2 times by themselves. Shouldn't take too long. We'll give you a couple seconds. Excellent. And now we're going to try it a little bit different. Same general idea, but instead of keeping your feet together, they're going to come apart in a small straddle, just like we did in that warm-up. Your feet start together, small little straddle as they come up, just like that. So Trex, are you going to do this one? Yeah. That's it. Awesome. Okay. Tell us when you're going to oh, the curtain. Okay, so next one that we're going to do, again, you're still on your mat, towel, pad, whatever it is that you've got. And we're going to do a little cartwheel. So you're going to put your hands, let's go facing the camera so they can do the side-to-side motion. So you're going to start standing on one side of the towel or mat or whatever it is that you have. And they're going to put their hands down on the mat or towel, whatever, and try to bring your feet from one side to the other. They might need some help with this one, so parents, you just kind of stand in front of them, hold the hip, help them pull it all the way over. And let's do it from the side so you can see on the bottom. So you start on the side, hands go down. You're holding, like I said, the hips, helping them pull them all the way over the towel. If they can do it by themselves, definitely let them. Again, building that arm muscle, and this is actually working their core as well, being able to pull side to side. So, looks like our demonstrator needs some water. So we'll give you a couple seconds to keep practicing that. We're both going to run and get some water. Alright. floor. Now, a couple things. Okay, so next one you're gonna do, nice and simple, give your kids a fun little break. You're gonna unfold your towel, set it down. If you have a blanket, awesome, gives them even more space to do this. If it's just a towel, absolutely okay, gives them more time to go back and forth, engaging those core muscles. What they're gonna be doing is laying on your tummy. Favorite position, right? Arms between your ears, just like we did with that Superman, except you don't necessarily have to lift off the ground. If they can and want to, awesome, but they don't have to for this one. And they're just gonna try to roll to their back and then back to the tummy. Get some log rolls going. If you have any kind of incline, that would be even easier for them. Here at the gym, we often use our wedge mat. If the kids recognize this, they might remember doing it on it. But, you know, you might not have that at home, so doing it on the floor works. If you've got hard floor, maybe do this on the bed so that it doesn't hurt. It's going to go back and forth, however many times they can or want to. If they're tired already, that's fine, pick them up. And we're going to head over to right here. We have one more thing. So for the last one, here we have a big, like a parachute. So we're going to kind of makeshift that with your towel. So I want you to, parents and kids, you're going to grab your towel. I'm going to be the little child, you'll be the adult, okay? And you're just going to kind of wave it in the wind, pretend like there's a big storm coming, and increase in big winds. I myself got tangled. Oh my goodness. Alright, and small waves, I keep missing it. Small, big waves in the ocean. And then, for the very last one, this is my favorite to do. You're going to lift it down and put it down. You're going to lift up over your head, and as soon as it's at the very top of your child's reach, not yours, you're a lot taller, as soon as it's at the top of your kid's reach, you're going to all let go, so it goes flying. Okay, so you go up and let go. You didn't let go. See what happens if they don't let go? Okay, ready? Go down and up and let go. Normally it goes flying, but it's a little lighter, but it's fine. Okay. It's really cool with the rainbow ones because it looks like a big rainbow. It's fun. Okay. I think you were going to use the animals before. Alright, and now to the trampoline. So for this one, as I've been saying in all my lessons, we understand a lot of people don't have trampolines at home. We get that. So we try to do stuff mostly that doesn't need a trampoline for that reason. However, if you do want something bouncy but you don't have a trampoline, you can use your couch or a bed, but cautiously and safely hold your kid, your child. Don't let them like just go loose on the couch. Y'all are, hopefully this doesn't need to be said, preaching to the choir, I know, but just, you know, hold on to them, don't let them go flying. So if they're on the couch, they're just staying in one spot. Again, you're holding their hands, their hips, whatever, helping them bounce in one place. Same thing on the bed, you don't want them to travel too much. So what we're going to be doing here, again, we're not really doing a whole lot of jumping, but they can always add a jump to what we are doing and to make it a little harder or more fun. First thing we're going to do is just practice your stretch jumps and straddle jumps. So, do one of y'all want to demonstrate on the trampoline? Okay. Yeah? No? Maybe? Okay. So, for the first stretch jump, you're just going to put your hands down by your sides and have them just jump in place, either on the floor, on the bed, on the couch, wherever you feel they are safest. And of course, if they're not on something bouncy that's going to look a little different, it'll probably be more of a pause in between each jump. Good. They're going to do about 10 of those. I forgot to count. That's my bad. Then we're going to do it the same thing with your arms up in your ears. Looking up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Then we're going to try to do our straddle jumps. So the easiest way for them to do this is to just open and close. A lot of times they can't really get the whole motion all at once. This is what it would look like if they can. A big open close in the air. If not, you can just do it on the trampoline. Small bounces open and back together. Again, have them do about 10 of these. I don't know if I'm in the shot or not, so. Excellent. About 10. I forgot to count again. I'm sorry. Alright. For this next one, we're not going to jump. You're just going to sit down on the floor. This is fun to do in a circle, whole family, or just your kid, either way. You can make a game out of it if you watched any of my other live streams last Thursday or Friday. I think I did this. I might not have. I forget. But you're just going to kind of sit on the floor and practice your positions. So you've got tuck and straddle. Tuck is especially good for to do in place because a lot of times it's hard for them to do. Bouncing, it's hard for them to bring the knees up. So sitting is really good practice for this one. You're just going to put their hands either around their legs or maybe up in the ears, down on the hips, on the floor if they need to balance. Anywhere that helps them the most. I'm going to put it on the floor because I feel like that's probably where the little ones will be. So a big tuck, count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch to a big straddle. Again, arms can be out to the side, down on the hips, on the floor if they need to balance, wherever they need to be. I'm going to put them on my hips because this is where we do our straddle jumps on the trampoline. It's with hands on hips. So we're going to count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go back to a tuck position. This time I'm going to hold my legs. And while we're here, I just thought of something I want to try. Well, I already said it, so I won't change my mind. This might be a little hard for the little ones, so help them with it, especially if you're on a hard surface. Maybe don't do it, but they're going to try to roll to your back and all the way back up. Again, this might be a little hard for the little ones, so it's okay if they're struggling with it. Yeah, so we'll just do that one more time. And go back to our position. So we've got tuck and straddle one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, and then we're gonna stand it up. Check my notes. All right. You wanted to do the ball one? Alright, so this is where we bring our ball back into play. You can do it with 1, 2, 7, however many you want to use. Might be a little complicated with 7, but what you do this one. I don't know what you want to do this one.
So basically, we're just going to pass the ball back and forth. We're going to sit in a straddle position, at least 3 or 5 feet away from each other. You can set the distance.
Song or a little rhyme to it, maybe like whatever they're learning in preschool, if they're in preschool already, something you maybe taught you're using. You're just gonna lightly, very lightly kick it back and forth. Encourage your kid not to make it go flying. If they're prone to do that, then don't do this one. And then you can try one foot. And the other foot. Again, it's fun to, like, if it's within their capability, you can always add a second ball. That way their mind is in two different places. They have to both throw and catch. You can kind of work both feet. This might be a little better for the older ones, but still fun. You can always stand it up. And again, with this one, it's even more important to remind them, don't kick it too hard, very light. Or you can always toss it. It's even better sitting, so like you'll still back down. And you want to start nice and close. Just kind of toss it. If they catch it, take a tiny scoot back. If they catch it, take a tiny scoot back. They miss it, and it goes crazy, like it probably will, then you don't move. Help them like get that ability with the distance, back and forth, until you're however far away you can be. They can stand it up if you want, however they're able to do it. And if you don't have a ball, you can always use a stuffed animal, or like we said, a sock rolled up into a ball, or literally anything that can toss. Okay, and then you wanted to show them the game. So we've got, at the end of class, we usually have the free time. So we've got a little game for you, as we have been. So for this one, this is where we mentioned a basket. If you want to go ahead and grab that. And your stuffed animals, your shirts, your socks, whatever it is that you're using as your movable objects. And I'll let Lexi take this away. Remember, detailed and loud.
So first we're just going to be throwing the animals in the basket. You can use two hands or one hand. Nice and close. And just keep tossing your animals in the basket. Try a nice underhand toss. Don't throw the animals like that. So toss them in.
If your child hasn't quite gotten the hang of tossing, you can always have them running it back and forth. Wow.
And we can always try to do it with our non-dominant hand. So it's a hand that you're not comfortable with. Maybe setting the basket a little bit farther if you want. And now we can try it with our eyes closed.
Might be better to be a little closer for this one.
Or you can try it sitting down. Yay! Good job, Coach Rex. That's it.
So as you can see, you can modify that however you need or want to. She gave you lots of different options on how you can do it with different hands. Maybe if they're really good with their toes, try to pick it up with a toe, lift it up in there. I don't know. Go crazy with it. Have fun. And tune in next week.